Hi, my name is Ann Lee. I'm a visual artist and a professor of photography and graphic design at Long Beach City College and Loyola Marymount University. Today, I'll be leading the workshop for the PhotoWorks program, Knowing Your Software. This tutorial is for people that are intermediate in Photoshop. If you'd like to learn more about Photoshop, you can find tutorials online. Due to COVID-19, instead of being at our regular studio, I'm following social distance guidelines and filming at my own artist studio to guide you through. 1. Using Photoshop to edit a black and white image, using the healing brush, levels, and the burning tool. 2. Color balancing and adjusting levels of a portrait. 3. Resizing image for print and web output, saving low-res and high-res files. 4. Using the free Snapseed app to edit a portrait. With this workshop, you'll walk away becoming more familiar with 1. Learning about various photo editing software and their purposes. 2. Applying this content to maintain high-quality files when saving images. 3. Best practices for file management, naming folders, naming documents. Let's get started. The first tool I will introduce you to will be the adjustment levels and the healing brush.
I am working in Adobe Photoshop 2020, and I have a portrait here of my mother, my father, a black and white image, a foliage, and a fourth image. So, first thing, let's talk about the healing brush. The healing brush. So Spot Healing Brush removes marks and blemishes. I like to use this often when I scan in my negatives to kind of just get rid of imperfections from scanning. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. Shortcut to zoom in is Command plus. And I'm just going to get rid of some imperfections. I'm working on expired film, so you can see how grainy this expired film is. Okay, let's get rid of this piece of fur. It's a lot of dust. Look how beautiful my mom is. She turned 70 last year. Okay, healing brush. This is a tool, a great tool to use when you want to get rid of just like slight imperfections. It's really great for dust. Okay. Shortcut to get to the healing brush tool is J on your keyboard. Let's get rid of this guy too. Command minus to zoom out. Yeah, I think that looks okay. All right. I'm just going to show you the before and after. Before. After. Okay. So what I'm going to do next actually is I'm going to just crop out this black border. This black border is just from my negative scan. So I'm going to go to the crop tool. There's a time and a place to crop. And I feel like the image will look better without this black border. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is just hit return on my keyboard. Cool, that looks great. Okay, next thing I'm going to touch on is levels. Levels. So levels just controls the light balance within the image, and right now I feel like the image is underexposed. So I'm going to darken some areas via the level layers adjustments in levels. Alright, so I have my adjustments window open. I'm going to go to my levels. Levels. When you hover over each of these icons within Photoshop, it tells you what this layer does, or this adjustment layer. It just creates a levels adjustment. Okay, so RGB, red, green, blue. We have our shadows toggle. Okay, we have our midtones. So midtones, you can up the levels in your midtones for more light, or lower the light quality within your midtones. And then we have our highlights. Highlights only go in one direction. Okay, I am a fan of dark, moody portraits. So I'm just going to toggle my shadows down a bit and my midtones down a smidge. Let's see what highlights will do. I'm just going to pop the highlights a bit. I think that looks okay. Okay, I'm just going to leave that on for now. What's really great about layer adjustments is that it's non-destructive, which means that it won't take over your image. It's in a sense a filter on top of your image. Okay, so this is non-destructive editing, and it's best for photo editing because you can always go back and turn off that layer if you did not like that layer adjustment. I think that looks cool. Okay. All right. So let's move on to a color balance adjustment.
Now let's talk about color balance. It will help brighten your image. It will help bring essence and mood to your photograph.
I have my color balance window open, and what's really great with color balance is that you can really isolate tones. So right now this portrait of my mother is a bit cyan, also green, right? The day feels really cool. So we need to bring some warmth back into this image. All right, so let's take a look at the properties window. Right now it defaults to midtones. So when it's too much of one tone, you want to toggle to the opposite spectrum. So we have cyan and red, which are complementary tones, magenta and green, yellow and blue. So I'm going to go right into the cyan and toggle towards the red. All right, so let's toggle that to the red and just turn that on and off. Let's go to the magenta and see what we get. All right, 2 red, 2 green. Just gonna toggle that away. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for like the lightest area of the light. So where can we get part of the image where the light looks clean, right? So I feel like right here on the hair clip, there's a white area. I want to make sure that this area turns white once I adjust my color balance. Okay. I'm going to go into shadows and highlights so you can just see the differences. So this adjusts the shadows, the tones within your shadows. Too yellow, doesn't make any sense. Okay, and I'm going to go to highlights. Also, when you go in to approach the color balance via your adjustments window, you do not need to adjust every single tone. I normally just go into midtones, but for the purpose of this workshop, I wanted to show you the midtones, shadows, and the highlights. I feel like the red brings in some kind of tone in the skin, right? If we toggle towards the cyan, it just makes everything too cold and blown out. Magenta. Okay, I think that looks all right.
Now let's move on to these 3 tools: Desaturate, burn, and dodge?
I am a big fan of dark, moody portraits. I also desaturate some of my portraits and images as well. So I'm going to show you how to desaturate this via the layer adjustments window. Okay, so let's hover over each. Hue and saturation. I'm going to go here, just going to slightly desaturate that. And desaturation just means that you're just taking out the color. So if I go to 100% desaturation, that just makes my image black and white, and that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, that looks good. So I'm just going to toggle hue and saturation on and off. Okay, so we have a -23 desaturation. Let's turn off all of our layer adjustments. So this was the original. Okay, this was the original. Okay, and that was with a levels adjustment, color balance, just like a hue desaturation. So down below, there are some like light areas on the corner. I'm going to go in and dodge. Actually, I'm going to go in and burn. So burning just makes parts of your image darker. So let's go to the burn tool. So this is the burn tool here. Darkens areas in an image. Okay. I'm just going to show you my brush preset. So right now it's on 100% softness, and I like a soft brush when I go into burn because it gives me a really soft edge. I'm just going to leave this on midtones, and exposure is just a default at 15%. I want to like slowly build up that darkness. Okay. Make that brush a bit smaller. Just gonna actually go in on her t-shirt a bit. Just really have her just blend into this background. Okay, so let's take a look at the before and after burn. Okay, so this is the after burning tool, using the burning tool. This is the before.
Now let's move on to the healing brush tool. It's one of my favorite tools because it's really quick, it's really efficient, and it's very versatile to use.
This black and white image was taken a few days ago in downtown LA on film. So this is also a negative scan, and you can see that there is a lot of dust and just dust on this negative scan. So I'm just going to go back into the spot healing brush. Spot healing brush. Again, the spot healing brush is so great because it does what it's titled. It heals on the spot. And you just gotta brush over the spots you want to heal. And I like using this tool because it's just fast. Let's get rid of this here. But there also is charm in leaving some of the dust to allow your viewer to know that you did shoot this on film. So then, again, this is subjective, but this is a great tool to use to just get rid of like minor blemishes. I think that looks good. Let's go to the original. Okay. Right, so that is the before. This is the after. Looks good.
Now let's move on to brightness and contrast. This is a really smart tool to use to brighten parts of your image or darken parts of your image.
I'm also going to go in to use the levels layer adjustment in this image as well. So you can kind of see like the differences in terms of like tonal range from my previous portrait in color. So I have my Windows layer adjustment open, and I'm going to go to, let's actually go to brightness and contrast. Brightness and contrast. This image is pretty dim, and I've took the photo that way because, again, I'm a fan of just like dark, moody images. But let's just take a look at if we were to bring up that brightness. All right. Okay, so this is the after. This is the original. Let's go in and let's take a look at the contrast. So I'm just going to bring the contrast down. That also lightens the image, lowers the contrast. Let's bring the contrast up. So as I toggle the contrast to the positive side, it darkens the image. It slightly sharpens the image. There's a slickness to the image. Okay, I kind of like that. So I'm going to bring the brightness up. I'm also going to pop that contrast. This is the before. The before is slightly darker. The tones are a bit dark within the leaves here. As I pop up that contrast, you notice that the whites get sharper, right? It's a bit cleaner.
The dodging tool is a great tool to use if you want to lighten parts of your image. Now let's see how we can use this tool.
So earlier I went over the burn tool, which is darken areas in an image. And I'm going to go to dodge tool next. Dodge tool lightens areas in an image. I'm going to click on my image. Okay, I am on 100% softness. I'm just going to stick to the midtones. And you notice that exposure is at 50%. I'm just going to bring that actually down to about 30%. I'm going to lighten some areas. And that's called dodging. Okay, so let's go in and let's just like dodge some areas. Just going to lighten some areas. And the term burning and dodging actually comes from traditional darkroom printing, where you'd go in and you'd use specific tools like hand tools to dodge, right? Lighten an area of a photograph, usually black and white photographs. And you would use tools to burn an area in where you want areas to be darker. So what's really great with Photoshop is the tools are much more efficient and easier to use. Again, these tools are really subjective to your liking, right? So right now I am dodging areas to make those areas lighter. Let's go to the before and after. Okay, so this is after dodging. Okay, and that is, hold on please, there we go. This was before the dodge. This is after the dodge.
Now let's take a look at resizing and saving. This is a very important step after editing your images. We want to make sure that we are saving correctly for printing output and saving for the web. Let's take a look.
So prior to saving, I'm going to show you the image size. I'm going to go to image size, and this image is 25 megabytes. That's the size file. It's 12 by 12 inches at 300 pixels per inch. 300 pixels per inch is my target size when I go into edit, and it is also my target size for printing images. So I don't have access to a darkroom right now, so the best bet is just scanning in my files to digitize them, edit in Photoshop, and then output to just like a digital image. So this is perfect for a 12 by 12 print, 300 dpi. So I'm just going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to save this as a TIFF file. Okay, TIFF. The TIFF file will preserve my layers, but also won't compress. Okay, this will not compress my file, which means I would get like a full high-res image that I could send to my printers. I'm just going to hit Save. Okay, image compression, none. Byte order, Macintosh. Okay, awesome. So I'm also going to resize this image for just like a smaller JPEG. So if you want to just send this image to someone via email, it will make the file much smaller. Image size. Let's talk about web resolution. So the default resolution is 72, okay? 72 pixels per inch. So let's take a look at this. So that the original was 25 megabytes, now it's 1.45 megabytes. So like let's say you want to drop this on a blog, or you want to post this to Facebook, or even let's say Instagram, or maybe your website, but you don't want someone to like save your file and then print that full res file. I suggest just making the resolution at 72 or even 96. Okay, 96. So it's not like a full res file for print. Okay, this will kind of like save you from someone just wanting to just steal your image from the web. So I'm just going to leave that at 12 by 12 and just leave that at 96 pixels per inch. And then I'm going to go to File, Save As, a JPEG. JPEG. And this is for maybe like sending this JPEG through an email, uploading to your website, uploading to a blog where you don't want someone to right-click, download your image, and kind of like sending to print. So this is a lower res file for just the web. Just going to hit Save. Just going to leave that on maximum. Hit OK. This image is 13 by 13 at 300, which means I could print this at 13 by 13 inches. So this file is print ready. So I'm just going to go File, Save As TIFF for print. Looks great. Then I'm going to go to Image Size, and I'm going to change this one to 96. So this one's for web, right? Web or emails. It changes the file to 9 megabytes versus 94. This file is much larger than the black and white image because there are actually more adjustment layers in this file. So you can also change the inches as well. I'm going to change that to 10. So 10 by 10 inches at 96 pixels per inch. Okay, so again, this 96 pixels per inch is not suitable for print quality. Not suitable for print quality. Also, if you already have an image that is low res, you won't be able to bump that up to 300. You can only go down in resolution. So I really suggest like saving different formats, right? So, and I'm going to like show you how I name my files. So this is 10 by 10 inches, 96 pixels per inch, 5 megabytes. This is web quality only, not for print. Just gonna hit OK. File, Save As, and just JPEG. So this one is Mom Web Low Res. Okay, I'm just gonna hit Save. Okay. Let's take a look at my desktop. So there is a workshop folder. So we have Mom Web Low Res. So this one here, this Mom TIFF should be changed to Mom High Res with layers. This is how I organize myself because I am a working artist. So I need to make note to myself because I just have files everywhere. So depending on my process, we all process differently, we all organize differently, so it's really up to you and how you organize your files. Okay, let's take a look at the downtown LA images. Okay, so this one actually is my downtown LA low res, web low res. And then I have my, where are we? Okay, this one was my edit. This was the larger file. So this is my downtown LA high res print. Okay, this gets like a little wonky here, right? Where you have so many files saved. Depending on what you're working on in the moment, I work on many projects at once because that's just how my brain processes. I suggest just making a folder on your desktop, right? So this is for the workshop, and just labeling everything as you go. In addition, right, in addition to having just like this workshop folder on my desktop, I will back up this workshop folder to my box. Okay, so I have a box file online. So dating from 2011 to like new works now, 2021. So I also like upload this to the cloud. So one file on my desktop, back up to the cloud, and then I do like a third where I do an extra backup to my hard drive.
Before we close, let's take a look at this amazing app called Snapseed. What's really great about this is that it's free and it's very easy to use. Let's take a look.
All right, so I am on my iPhone, and there's a really great app called Snapseed, and it's free. It's in the App Store. I'm just going to go into Snapseed and edit 2 photos that I've edited today via Photoshop. I'm going to just tap anywhere to open photo, and you want to make sure that your photo is already saved onto your phone. You can text the photo to yourself, you can email the photo to yourself, or you already have the photo that you've already taken in your photo archive on your phone. Okay, so I'm just going to open this image of my mom. Okay, and down below you have like options to just throw a filter on it. I'm not about that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to Tools. Wow, look at this. This is awesome. I'm going to go to Tune Image, and up top you notice that there's a brightness. So to use this, you just toggle left or right. So I'm just going to dim this a bit because you know how I already work. I'm going to swipe up to contrast, bring some contrast in, and I'm going to desaturate that a bit. Okay. Let's go to shadows. This image needs a bit more darkness. There we go. Oh yeah. We are getting there. Beautiful. Warmth. I feel like this photo is slightly cool, but I am a fan of cooler images. But let's take a look at warmthiness versus coolness. So this is warmer, cooler. I'm just going to actually bring up that warmthness a bit. So to the top of my screen, you can see like the before and after. So I'm just going to click on this icon, top right. So if you hold it down, that's the before, and this is the after. I think that looks good. I'm just going to hit the check mark. Okay. I'm going to go to crop. And I'm just going to crop out the border. Cool. Hit OK. All right, next thing you do is just hit export. And you can save, which means you save over the original, or you can save a copy. I'm just going to save a copy. Cool. Looks great. Okay, that is the before. This is the after. I'm going to open the black and white image that I opened in Photoshop. Okay. And I'm going to go into Tools and use the healing brush. Somewhat similar brush to that of Photoshop, but a bit more quick and crude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really zoom in. So right now I'm just using my 2 fingers to zoom in, and I'm going to just like hit these areas. And I'm really zoomed in because I want to make sure that I'm not healing areas that I don't need to heal, because although this tool is great, it's not the best. So I'm just going to zoom in and make sure that my brush fits exactly over those dust spots, okay? Because if it doesn't, you notice that I accidentally swiped there, okay? So I'm just going to go back. Here we go. Right? I'm going to go back because that was too big of a healing brush. There you go, that looks good. Let's really get in there. You don't really need to be patient. Whoops. Let's go back. You really don't need to be patient to use this, but you have to be careful. Because if you're working on your iPad or your iPhone or another device, you have to make sure that you don't accidentally heal an area that doesn't need to be healed, because it's going to leave marks on your image that you don't want. Right, so I'm going to show you. So like, let's say I didn't zoom in and I wanted to heal this bottom right area, right? Although like this image is a bit abstract, that bottom area doesn't look great. So I'm going to go back in time. Okay, right, so I'm just going to hit the check mark. This looks great. I'm going to go back into my tools. I'm going to go into Tune Image. Let's bring up that brightness a bit. I'm going to give it contrast. Let's give it some ambiance. And you can always click on the icon on the top right of your window to see the before and after. I'm going to exaggerate shadows a bit. And let's see, warmth. Warmth is cool. So although this is a black and white image, Snapseed sees this as a color image. So when I toggle to negative warmth quality, it just gives your image a tint of blue. As you bring up the warmth meter, it gives your image kind of like a sepia brownish tone. I'm not a fan of sepia myself, so I'm just going to go to about a -5. Okay. That looks cool. I'm just going to hit the check. I'm going to export. I'm always going to save it as a copy. All right, looks good.
Snapseed is a very good app to use on the go. Thank you so much for joining this month's PhotoWorks program workshop, Knowing Your Software. For this month, your homework assignment is to take a beautiful image and edit the color, tonal contrast, and use the healing brush in Snapseed. Please make sure to also take the survey for this workshop to be entered for the $100 gift card to Total's Camera. Please take care and please be healthy.